self-serving, persuasive talkers
of everything and nothing.
We are Conversation Con Artists.
What's going on, people? It's your boy, Mr. On Point.
And I am Calamity Red.
We are Conversation Con Artists, back for another wonderful, fantastic, amazing episode.
I was going to sing a Bow Wow song, but I couldn't think of one.
We already had a conversation about Bow Wow and his lack of relevance, past and present.
I mean, Shorty Like Mine was the only one I could think of. And
I don't remember how that shit go.
Only when I'm
Exactly. Just fucking proving my point. What about a TLC song?
When I need it in the morning or the middle of the night, I ain't too proud to beg. No, that's like one of their first songs.
I don't know shit about TLC.
I guess I could have did those Scrubs or I don't know.
Whatever. Anyway, I just need y'all to go to www.conversationconartist.com. Check out our new episode as well as the articles linked to it, our old episodes. You can look over to the left, hover over the mail icon. You can leave us some feedback, send us some letters, send us some questions, whatever. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. MISTER_on-point.
And I can be found at Red_Calamity. Also, we are still doing the legislative portion of the show. So if you have a question that you would like for us to answer on the show, you can send it into the website or you can send it into our Gmail account, which is conversationconartist with an S at gmail.com. And we ain't going to do a letter this week because I got some shit I need to get off my chest. So I'm going to
say it with your chest.
So this past week, I decided to get back on Tinder because I was like, you know, POF is shit. And I had better results with Tinder, so I'm going to get back on Tinder. So
I've been on Tinder. I ain't left.
I was on there and I got pissed off and deleted all my dating apps. So, like, I'm just now getting back on there. But I had a really good, like, I don't want to say turnout, results. I had really good results. So, met this guy named James. That's his real name, but it's fuck. I didn't say it now. So James, y'all don't know his last name. James seemed nice. His profile, he could spell. He is in the reserve. That's important because On Point and the motherfuckers from Government Name. I was like, look, I'm going to a lunch date with this dude. I need y'all to, like, if I come up missing, he the one who did it. Send him his picture. These Negroes talking about, he military. You just gonna have to suck it up. Like, how y'all gonna let somebody murder me?
Listen, first off, you saying it wrong. You said Government Name.
Government Name.
Government Name podcast. It's the Government Name podcast.
Shout out to them, Cole Jackson and Shogun.
Number two, I'm a civilian.
What that guy? He's in the reserve. He ain't a Marine or some shit.
That means he reserves extra strength to whoop our ass if he needs to. That's what they trained him for, to be able to whoop a person that is trained like them. But forget that. I am absolutely untrained. An untrained nigga might best me on a day that I ain't prepared for. So you telling me at least somebody who could pass a physically fit test, I'm supposed to look. I'm just saying, there are people that are better suited for that.
I'm not gonna date like niggas that I feel like y'all could beat up. Like that's not gonna be one of my criteria. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. That's crazy.
Well, I'm just saying, if the level of fear you have is increased by what they have and what they possess in terms of being in the reserve, then that's something you need to consider.
Their solution to this was I had also previously sent them this picture of this man that was only in an apron. And they were like, you should date the dude in the apron. We could beat his ass. Like, what?
Now, let me tell y'all something about the dude in the apron. He was in the kitchen cooking.
He was
light-skinned with tattoos.
He was.
He had on just an apron. Like, we don't know. From my perspective, he was probably in the kitchen cooking butt naked.
Who the fuck does that? Like,
but he looked like, if you can imagine this, light-skinned Tupac Hitler. Okay? I just don't know how else I can make. I don't know. You're going to have to use your imagination for that.
My God.
Unless Red decide to put this man picture out there, which she should.
I've been thinking about doing like I have a YouTube channel. It's also, it's shit. What is it? Blissful Calamity? Blissful Calamity or Beautiful Calamity. I have two of them, but I've been thinking about doing a video like, cause I feel like it's not me putting them on blast. You're on the dating site. Anybody who gets on Tinder that's in this area could see these dudes. So it's not like I'm putting something out there that they didn't already put out there. So I don't think I should feel bad about it. So I'm thinking about doing that because y'all, I have seen so much ridiculousness, but neither here nor there. So James, back to James. So James is a nice buff dude. You know, seemed nice. We decided to meet for a lunch date. This is just a dating tip that I follow. My first date is always a lunch date, and the reason being is twofold. One, it's in the daytime, a lot of people around, so if you are a crazy motherfucker, you less likely to try to murder me in the middle of the day. Two, if you boring as fuck, I'm not committed to a long amount of time, right? A lunch date is a very structured amount of time because I got to get back to work. Hopefully, if you out on with me, you got to get back to work because I hope you got a job. So it just makes it a lot safer to me. So that's what I do. So we met for coffee, lunchtime, went great, went swimmingly. Nice guy. Get home. Walk the dogs, do my regular, usual stuff. And he do what dudes do when you first meet them. They're very attentive, so they're going to tell you good night. So I didn't think nothing of it. He was like, good night, sweet dreams. Perfectly okay. Get another message, and I'm like, why is he sending me another message? And I could see that it was an image, and my heart just dropped. Because I know what that fucking means. I have been through this enough to know when a nigga say something real regular that did not need a picture to go with it, and then you get an image it's a dick pic. And guess what? It was a dick pic. So my frustration is this. Why the fuck do people send dick pics that weren't requested? Like, I could see if we were having like a sexual conversation, even that would make sense. But when you saying good night to somebody like that you've seen once in person and you just randomly send a dick pic, that's ridiculous. What the fuck is that about?
I don't send dick pics. Number one. So, I need you to be a little bit less generalizing of this whole situation. Like, I'm gonna need you to use words like some or most or the ones I have come across and shit like that, because you know what I'm saying? There's a group of us that don't fit into that situation.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I think, men from the time that they realize that their penis belongs to them is like a new shiny toy.
Why the fuck are y'all so proud of those? Why are some men so proud of those things?
Thank you. Because
you're not proud of your hand or your feet or your arms or your legs or any other fucking body part the way that some of y'all are.
Because this society conditions us to understand that that's supposed to mean power. The only thing that make men apart from women is a fucking dick. Our society, when you talk about shit like penis swinging contests between men, even the terminology and how men challenge each other is based on their phallic acquisitions.
Pissing in the corners.
And some men just happen to be more proud of theirs than others. Some men happen to be more aggressive of theirs than others. And some men want to believe desperately that that's what women want to see.
Okay, but here's the thing. And I feel like this is something that most people should know by now. Women are not as visual as men are. Now, whereas if I had sent him some kind of ass picture or something, I'm sure he would have been like, oh shit, this is amazing. Women are not as visual as men are. So that ain't gonna get you the same kind of response, I don't feel like.
But see, that's misogyny. Men don't send dick pics because of what they believe you want to see. They send dick pics because of what they want you to see. Like, it's about the men that send those dick pics.
And see, so we were talking to Government Name Podcast about this in our little group chat, and I think it was Cole that was like, why is this a something that kicked him out the game? And let me explain why. For any of you who've ever seen For Color Girls, if you haven't, don't fucking watch it.
It's like if, instead of getting a shot of liquor, you get a shot of depression.
Pretty much.
Especially if you're a man.
Yeah.
Well, definitely if you're a woman.
Yeah.
If you're a man, it's like taking a shot of, fuck this, I don't want to watch this no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But continue.
But so if you haven't already seen it, don't. If you have seen it, you're going to recognize this scene. But one of the issues in that movie was there was this girl who this dude liked her, and he would walk her home all the time, and then he kept pressing up on her for a date, and she would say no. And then she finally was like, yeah, sure. And he was like, oh, you could cook for me. And she was like, I mean, okay. So he comes over. They have a glass. She opens up a glass of wine. She got chicken in the oven, right? She come in the kitchen. He comes in. She pours the wine. They have a lovely conversation. Nothing sexual about this conversation, mind you. Just about work and about all of this shit, right? So she was like, oh, I got to go check the chicken. She literally, and this is like a fucking studio apartment or like a little bitty ass apartment, because I think it's in New York. So you know how small their apartments are. She literally walked from the living room to the kitchen, opened the oven to check the chicken, came back. I kid you not, this motherfucker was naked in the middle of her living room, talking about, I know you want this. And he raped her. Now, niggas that send dick pics to me when it wasn't warranted, I feel like is that nigga that's gonna get naked while I'm checking the chicken. For me, that's a much too aggressive act to me for you to do through text message. So that, I don't know how fucking aggressive that means you are in person. And I'm not gonna take the chance. I'm just not. So the reason why that will X you out in my book is because I feel like it's much too aggressive of an act. It's too forward. And I'm not going to wait to see if I go check the chicken, I'm going to come back and you're going to be naked. I'm not going to do that to myself.
Let me break that down in relationship terms. So when you start talking to somebody or dating someone, everything they do, everything they say, any ways they act is potentially an indicator of future behavior and how they are.
Yep.
If you, as a man, send a dick pic to a woman who hasn't asked for it, you're being way too aggressive in a lot of instances. And if you're aggressive in that way, sexually, without her permission, how aggressive will you be in real life?
Exactly.
How aggressive will you be if y'all chilling and watching a movie?
Yep.
Women don't have the luxury of being able to take that chance.
Nope.
In a lot of instances.
And this nigga was buff, mind you. This is a big dude, and I already found out that my help ain't gonna help me out. So I can't take no kind of chances.
So this further reiterates my point. If you're gonna use his buffness as a reason for why he would be more threatening to you, why would you expect us to just disregard that?
Y'all bigger than me.
He bigger than us. If that's your logic.
Either way, I just wanted to have a conversation about like that, and just to piggyback off of what you said, I feel like when you meet people, pay attention to, because like everybody's always like, oh, I had no idea and I didn't know, and this came out of nowhere. Usually there are some red flags that happen. We just kind of either don't see them as red flags or we kind of ignore them. Make sure that you're paying attention to the shit that people do. Like, that has always been, ever since motherfuckers started this whole sending dick pic shit, since I've been old enough to be dating somebody that would be sending a dick pic, that's been my rule, because I feel like that's a very aggressive action. And that's through text message, motherfucker. So I don't know how aggressive that means you're going to be at the end of the night. You walk me to the door and shit, I might get shoved through the door and raped. I don't know. And I'm not going to take them fucking chances. If you can't control yourself enough through messages to just have a nice conversation without inserting your dick into the conversation, literally, I ain't finna try to see if you going to try to insert your dick physically when we going out on dates and shit. So for me, that's a huge red flag on how aggressive you have the potential to be. Now, that's not a catch-all, because you may have somebody who's very nice and never sends you a dick pic that still turns out to be aggressive. I just feel like that's a good measuring stick for me. So if you send me a dick pic and it wasn't warranted, especially when it's like all we said was how was your day, the rest of your day was good, okay, good night, sweet dreams, dick. Like, that don't make no sense. Like, this fucking crazy. Ain't nobody got time for that shit.
I'm sure before there was, dick pics sent by cell phones, there was dick emails. And I'm pretty sure before dick emails, there was dick letters in the mails with a picture of your dick folded up in there.
Probably prisoners.
And then before that, I'm pretty sure there was like dick etch-a-sketch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure men have not had a shortage of ways to show women they dicks.
So let me ask you this, because this is another part of the conversation that we had. What is the difference between an unsolicited dick pic and an unsolicited vagina or boobs?
I mean, we've already established that men are visual creatures. So visuals for men is fantastic.
Yes.
When we see what we getting, we know that.
But wait, so if you go out with a girl for the same situation, you went out with her for lunch, no sexual conversations have been had, you come home, end of the night, boom, vagina. That's, what are you going to think about that?
That's okay. Depending on what I'm looking for, in that interaction. I mean, if I met you on Tinder and day one you sending me pictures, then clearly you trying to have a sexual exchange more so. Well, I mean, that don't mean we can't have a future relationship, but I know what you're trying to have right now.
Yeah.
That's what that identifies. And men want that non-obligatory, no commitment type of interaction. Women ain't looking for that consistently.
Plus, I mean, if she press up on you, you could just knock her ass out. Like, if y'all out together and she like pressing up on you, I don't have that. I'm not going to be able to do that unless the nigga smaller than me. And I ain't finna date nobody smaller than me because I'm small as fuck.
I do not support violence against women. All right?
Okay.
I will bear hug the shit out of you, though. The people across the street will think it's a normal ass hug, but you won't be able to breathe. Okay? I will not rear my hands back to hit a woman. I will hug you very, very solid like. That's what I will do.
But either way, you will be able to diffuse a situation that got physical. I may not be able to do that. I mean, if I get a well-placed kick in, maybe. But, like, if it's out of the blue and I'm not prepared for it, I might be done for. You know what I'm saying? So I can't look at it the same way because physically it's a different situation for me if somebody gets physical with me.
You're right. And, I mean, we have options in that sense. Men, we have options. We can, hit her with the stiff arm and be done, But women don't have that option. No. Women, they will be overpowered quickly by a man that have ill intent in that situation.
Yeah.
But I mean, I won't have no problem with getting a naked pic from a woman. And ideally, I like to say that I've only seen one penis in my life, which will be mine. Mm-hmm. But that's not true because I have watched porn, and that's not true because I've been in the locker room.
Oh yeah.
And I've had roommates, and dudes are childish with their dicks. Like, that's just how they are. I mean,
wait, what do you mean they're childish with their dicks?
I mean, I've had a roommate one time that was just butt naked to make people mad. Like trying to run up on people. Like, stop, okay? And in the locker room, just
y'all are ridiculous.
I mean, I've been in places where we've had conversations about certain people who have penises bigger than any woman will ever be able to accept. Like, y'all seen that man got a table leg in his pants, man. He ain't never gonna get no ass. He gonna have to be a porn star.
I was just finna say, he could be a porn star.
He gonna have to be a porn star. Or find a regular porn star potential porn star chick that just is a regular, like.
Yeah.
But we've had all of that. That all comes in the territory with me and dialogue. But and
please, red_calamity. I want y'all to tweet me about this. Ladies, because I want to know if I'm the only one that feel this way. I feel like dicks look weird. Like, even if I'm dating you, that's never going to be something I'm going to request of you because I feel like they look weird. And to be fair, I think vaginas look weird too. I just think genitalia in fucking general looks weird. Like, it just looks weird. I don't want a picture of your penis because it looks weird to me. Now, that doesn't mean I don't appreciate your penis. I can appreciate it and still feel like it looks weird because it looks weird to me. They just look weird. Genitalia in general is just fucking weird. I don't get it. I don't get the appeal of like looking at one.
I mean, it has stronger meaning to it. You know what I'm saying? Than just what it looks like for some people. You know, it's connected to pleasure. You know, it's connected to the enjoyment of sex.
To the person, not to the penis.
Well, I mean,
but again, that's me. I realize that other people don't think about things the same way. I'm not arrogant enough to think everybody feels the way that I do. But I don't get it. Like they're just these weird looking contraptions. I don't get it.
They are part of us.
It's still weird.
I mean, the vagina look weirder to me than the penis.
I just think genitalia. I think feet are weird. I've seen
vagina that look like roast beef. Cause this comes from a history of watching porn, but you know, and that's not a
roast beef.
Popular contrary belief that don't have anything to do with how much sex a person has had. That it doesn't.
Oh yeah,
that's just naturally how just vaginas are naturally different, dicks are naturally different.
Yes,
a lot of people like to believe, that means she done had a lot of sex. It don't work like that.
How
like
it looks.
Some people labias is just huge, you know, like that, and some people's aren't. And some, you know, vaginas have most of their workings on the inside. Some of them have some of them workings on the outside. I mean, the same variety comes with, you know, meats. I need a word for vagina. If I got meats, I'll think of one later.
So, I've had numerous. We gotta get AC Blow back on the show, y'all. He's so fucking mad at me right now because he feel like
all you finna do bringing him up is just continue to misrepresent him.
I don't give a shit. It's not misrepresent. No, he ain't gonna feel like this is misrepresenting him because he knows that I don't like the other word for vagina, right? The P word. I don't use it, and I hate it. Like it makes me cringe when I hear other people use it. So he came up with this whole list of fucked up ways, and one of them, hilariously enough, goes to what you call dicks, which is meat wallet.
Meat wallet.
Meat wallet, hot pocket. There's a whole list. Like he's come up with an entire list of colloquialisms for vagina. Those are the only ones I can think of right now. So this is not me misrepresenting him. This is like literally what we do when we have conversations because he know I don't like the other word. So he just makes up ridiculous shit basically.
So I thought that hot pocket was already a term for a sexual act as it pertains to sex. And it might be, well, this is already, it has actually a vagina on here.
Oh, okay.
But the first one says, the act of shitting inside a fold-out couch and then reclosing it, leaving it for an unsuspecting guest.
Who the fuck does that? That is a very, very specific incident. Like, whoever wrote that either did that or had it done to them. That's a very specific incident. Like, anyhow.
Now, so if I were to get a pic from a woman, that's not to say every single type of pic would be one that I valued and liked. I mean, I'm certain that there are different type of pictures that a woman can send me that I would find utterly disgusting.
You gotta work on your angles, people. If you're gonna send pictures, make sure it's at a good angle, because at a bad angle, the best looking body ever can look disgusting. Make sure you get your angles right.
And make sure, if you're gonna send pics to somebody, right, for women outside of sexual pics, make sure you don't go to the extremes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what do you mean?
Let's say a woman who has an ex that always liked freaky pics, but he wanted her to send like a pic of her bent over, spreading her cheeks wide open or something like that. Like, that's an extreme. I need y'all to know what the extremes are. Like, bring it back down, bring it back to a simple, just sexy pic, and then progress from there to see, because I've learned watching porn that there are a whole bunch.
Just a quick sidebar. So, like, is that somebody that would be interested in anal sex that would want you to spread your butt cheeks?
Maybe. I don't know. I saw a video the other day where these people put a Molly or something in a girl butt cheek so she can get high from that. You know?
Oh yeah, if you know, people are like,
I know, because it's medications that people do that with, that doctors do that with.
Yeah.
But
an enema.
forgot where I was going.
I'm sorry. I just had to, because I was like, why would somebody want to see your ass spread apart? But
I've learned watching porn that there is a ton of fetishized videos that, look, your favorite porn star, whoever she is, if you watch porn like that, has some fetishized video that is not mainstream, that is horrible.
Gotta appeal to the masses.
Like, a lot of these porn stars have like cam girls where people request stuff, and they request for them to just fart while they naked. It's horrible. I don't know why. Like,
how is that? I mean, I guess different strokes for different folks. But that was a
first,
fart.
I don't know how they get all that gas. Like, what do you do? Like,
maybe drink a soda. Soda gives me gas. I don't drink sodas and I think that's why, because I don't drink sodas.
I don't know. I just
oh,
saying.
No, that makes me belch. It doesn't make me fart. I don't know.
We've had the conversation about fetishes, but as far as we go with seeing pics and stuff, just like, you got to keep it moderate. And dudes, you don't need to send a dick pic until you know that a woman wants to see your penis.
And let me just tell y'all, I'm gonna be real. We laugh at y'all. Like, we send these pictures around. They get into group chats. We have description competitions to see who could describe it best. We make fucking fun of y'all for this shit, especially if it was one that was unwarranted and unasked for. Oh my God, we make so much fun of y'all. Like, well,
I'm gonna tell you like this: the man that give a shit about y'all making fun of him ain't sending his dick pics. The man that's sending his dick pics don't give a shit about y'all making fun of him. Oh, it's like a double-edged sword. I mean, you can't really get away from the idea that if you seen somebody dick on purpose, they don't give a rat's ass what you got to say. Whether it's big, whether it's little, whether it's the kind of meat that you got to love the man for first,
Well, and I'm sure everybody's probably wondering what my response to. So keep in mind that previous to this, he had said good night, sweet dreams, then dick. So after that, I was like, not with that dick. And then I just blocked him. He couldn't communicate with me anymore.
But see, no.
And
now,
in proportion to his buffness, it was pretty sad. I think that's why he's so buff, to compensate, I think.
If that's the case, he shouldn't be sending his dick out.
No, he shouldn't. He really shouldn't. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like some of y'all have a blind spot when it comes to your penises, and so your penis is the greatest, the most amazing thing ever in your mind. And so I think for him, he doesn't realize that it's probably not the best.
It is. Like, we don't have a basic comparison. Women do, but as far as I'm concerned, my dick is the greatest. But I really don't care.
You watch porn, then you know the varying, like, what sizes of penises, though, right?
Those don't make a difference. They only make a difference for super freaks.
Super freak? She's super freaky.
I mean,
ow.
Considering that vaginas are different and penises are different, there are going to be some penises, regardless of the size, made for some vaginas. Sometimes you're going to find a penis that ain't made for a vagina.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to find some vaginas that ain't made for penis. It's going to be like throwing a hot dog down the hallway. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I fucking hate you so much.
That's just how it is. Like, no size of meat really. I mean, it's a condition called micro penis.
Oh my God. Y'all should Google it. Google it. It's so weird. That has to be the saddest thing ever for somebody, I would imagine. My friend I don't even remember why we ended up Googling this. Like, I don't know if he said, I don't even fucking remember. But I ended up Googling micro penises. It's sad.
Yeah, it's most definitely unfortunate.
Like, what do you do with that?
Pay back page women to come and suck your micro for a little bit of change. I wonder if you get a discount.
No, they don't get no.
Dicks count.
Dicks don't count.
I don't know, but it's a condition common. But I'm just saying that
Google it. I'm telling you, don't Google it at work, but Google it if you want to feel sad and get a little laugh in.
I'm just saying that to say that there's varying levels of it. So I mean, but as far as I'm concerned, in my life, mine is the greatest because it's the only one I got. It's the only one I'm gonna have. I seen the movie Caught Up. A police officer in that movie. You know the movie Caught Up? It's an old movie. I ain't good with actor name. It had a black bald headed dude in it.
That could be anybody.
It had Can't Get Right in it from Life.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was in a movie named Caught Up.
Oh, I've seen it. I don't remember much about it.
It started off with a bank robbery.
Mm-hmm.
He was the driver. He didn't know his homeboy was going to rob the bank.
Mm-hmm.
His homeboy ended up shooting at some police officers, and he shot one, and then the main character that was driving did a whole bunch of time for it. He got out, and he found out somebody was trying to kill him. It was the police officer that had got shot. He got his dick blowed off in the robbery. Like, that would be horrible. That would be terrifying. You know?
What do you do after that?
Go try to find the person that fucking blew your dick off. And if you can't find him because he dead, you get their best friend. Fuck him up.
That's pretty terrible.
So, y'all have a basic comparison because y'all see all of these dicks and y'all got all of these stories.
Yes.
We don't have a basic comparison. I just have mine, and that's how men look at it.
I mean, I get it. Again, I mean, I don't know. I just know that James is out, and it's unfortunate because he was nice, but I can't get past the penis. I'm sorry. I can't get past the fact that you sent this to me. So he's out.
And I hate the idea that, you know, a part of me wants to tell men, hey, men, don't send dick pics. That's bad. The other part of me, I want them to send the dick pics. Because I want women to find out as quickly as possible that this is not a man they desire.
Yeah.
I would hate for a man to hide who he really is.
Yeah.
I heard that dude on the podcast, don't send dick pics. Save that shit for 6 months. Wait till she care about me, then put all the dick pics in the inbox. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be too late. Then she going to love me. Then it's going to be too late. We've been in, you know. Like, I want the dudes who send dick pics to keep sending dick pics.
I appreciate it.
Because I want y'all to be
warning.
able to quickly assess whether this is the man, kind of man I want to.
And that is exactly what happened. And fuck that dude. It's where I'm at with it now. So fuck James. Fuck dude in the apron. I'm not going out with dude in the apron because that just.
I gotta add a component to this too, though.
Okay.
I'm in several Facebook groups, and some of them are freaky groups and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really participate in them, but I read and see what they post.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of women that just upon seeing a penis, that's enough for them to say, wow, that's amazing. That looks fantastic. Now, clearly that's not the perspective and idea you'll come from because you think, you know, meats look like Jabba the Hutt or
okay, well,
Swamp Thing or...
I wouldn't say Swamp Thing. Jabba the Hutt may be more accurate, though.
But, you know what I'm saying? There are people out there who just have a different dialogue as it pertains to this.
Well, but, okay, even if you think dicks look amazing, I still feel like if somebody takes you out for coffee and then sends you their dick, it's a problem. I don't care how amazing it is. His dick could have been like the most amazing. His dick could have been the first dick that I looked at and was like, oh my God, that is a beautiful dick. But I still would have blocked the shit out this nigga because, again, for me, it's the aggressiveness behind the act. For me, it's what the possible intent could be. And I ain't got time for that shit. So for me, it don't even if I thought dicks look great, if you send that to me, it's the aggressiveness that bothers me. Like, so it ain't even the fact, even though I don't think dicks look all that great, it ain't even that as much as it is the aggressiveness behind that act. I ain't got time for that.
Well, and everybody not going to look at it like you, but the reason that I even bring that point up is that's not to say that no woman will ever want a dick pic in general.
Oh, yeah.
The big problem is about unsolicited dick pics. You need to know without a shadow of a doubt by her saying, yes, send me a dick pic, that she would like that because you ruin your chances of what might be with a decent person because you had to throw your dick out there.
Literally.
Did you remember in school when they used to make you sit down? I don't know if they did this with y'all, but like watch all the videos of STDs and stuff. And like it's one syphilis, maybe chlamydia, one of them that like your penis can fall off. Like you can wake up with your meat lying next to you. Like you rolling over on the bed and be like, what is this squishy thing up under me? You pull your dick out like, what the fuck?
You gonna give every nigga that listens to this show nightmares for like 2 weeks now because of this shit.
Not if you ain't fucking without condoms. You ain't got no problems or being celibate.
Oh, yeah.
If you out here having sex with the potential to get STDs because you're not being responsible, you deserve a scare.
Yeah. Indeed.
Pregnancy scare, STD scare, all of them scares.
Lord
Deserve 'em.
Jesus. But I just had to I wanted to do like a PSA for women to maybe think about, because sometimes you're just annoyed that they send a dick pic, but I think you have to look at what that can also mean as far as how aggressive this man may be. Because I'm always annoyed as well, because it's like, what the fuck, why would you go fuck up something that was good? We were good, it was great, had a good time, was laying down in a good mood, and then here you come with this bullshit. But don't just think of it as an annoyance, ladies. Like, look at what it could potentially mean. And again, he might not be aggressive in person, and maybe that don't mean that. But I just can't afford to take the chance that it does. At the very least, you are somebody who doesn't take into account how other people may feel about the things that you do. You just decided that you wanted me to see your dick, so bam, dick pic. And I ain't got to, no, it's not. That what I'm looking for. So yeah. So if y'all have a question that y'all would like for us to answer on the show, or a story that you would like for us to comment on, it doesn't have to necessarily be a question. You can send it into the website, or you can send it to our Gmail account, which is conversationconartist with an s@gmail.com.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. For some reason this week, our SoundCloud listens have like surged tremendously, like 2 times. And I really appreciate everybody who's listened to us
and shared
and commented. But I really want to know, like, if somebody shouted us out or something. I don't know if somebody did.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from. And
we would like to know so we could thank you, but we don't. There's no way for us to tell what created this surge.
So if you listened from another show that might have threw Conversation Con Artists out there, if you listened in response to a tweet that somebody threw out there, I know Crystal Clear Podcast be putting our name out there. We appreciate that. And Just Say Words Pod be putting us out there. We appreciate that. Appreciate You Talk It Out Podcast. Definitely appreciate Government Name. Appreciate Black Married Fly and any other podcast that I might be leaving out. The Place Your Name Here podcast. We appreciate all of the support and everything. But whoever you heard us from, I mean, throw that up on Twitter on at Convo Con Artists on Twitter, or Mr. MISTER_on_point.
A red_calamity.
And so we can show some love somehow.
Yep.
But anyway.
Let's start with Bethune-Cookman. So, Edison Jackson is the president of Bethune-Cookman, and he decided in all his wondrous glory that he was going to invite Betsy DeVos to the 2017 graduation ceremony. Now, he did not announce this until a couple of weeks ago, and I feel that he didn't announce it because he knew that the students were going to be like, fuck that, no, we don't want her. So, and that's exactly what the students did. They had a petition that went around, like, people outside of the university was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, and what's really, to put this into context, recently, Donald Trump said that he felt that HBCUs were unconstitutional, which is ridiculous. And Betsy DeVos made a comment early after she got put into the job as Secretary of Education that Black colleges and universities were like the pioneers of school choice, which is insensitive as fuck, because the reason why Black colleges and universities exist is because white colleges and universities didn't want them fucking going there. And so we had to make our own schools. That's why. It's not because we needed other options. It's because we didn't have no other options. But neither here nor there. So he invites her anyway, despite protests from the school, from the students, despite protests from other HBCUs, despite protests from other figures. He still decided we're going to let Betsy speak. So, graduation ceremony happened this past week, and the students got up, turned their backs on her, booed the fuck out of her. And to them, I say, good job. I would have did the same thing. Like, she is so disrespectful. Like public education in general, she's against it. She wants to go back on the things Obama did as far as student loans are concerned because she don't give a fuck, and she has money. Like she would benefit from going back on the what am I trying the policies about student loans that Obama put in place before he got out of office. So fuck her. Good job, Bethune-Cookman students, and fuck Edison Jackson with his bitch ass. Then to top it off, why they booing and shit? This nigga got up talking about some y'all need to sit down and be respectful, or I'ma mail your degrees. You can choose which way you want to go. I would have been like, bitch, mail this shit. That's fine. Cause guess what? I ain't never been on no job interview that said bring your degree in. They want to see what classes you took. But ain't nobody ever told me to bring a copy of my motherfucking degree, so mail that shit, bitch. Mail it.
First off, Edison Jackson looked like sick Ving Rhames. All right? Let's get that on out there.
He really does.
Go to Google and look at sick Ving Rhames. And like now this ain't nothing against this, but like he got, like Ving Rhames got them holes in his face. Like I don't know what causes that.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he looked like a sick Ving Rhames, first off. Second off, Betsy DeVos ain't shit. Let me just go ahead and go
Fuck
there.
her.
But a lot of this stuff that she's doing is being bullied upon her to do by Trump and Jeff Sessions.
Here's the thing. I would feel bad for her if she was qualified for that. If she was Sally Yates. I felt bad for Sally Yates. I do not feel bad for it. She shouldn't even be in this fucking position. And that's what happened when you sell your soul to the devil. You have to do shit you don't want to do. She should never have taken that position in the first place. And then she wouldn't be bullied into doing this bullshit.
Well, somebody was going to be bullied into doing this shit. And I'm going to get into this shit when I go into my spiel about politics and stuff.
Yeah.
But somebody was going to be in this position expected to do Donald Trump's bidding. And Donald Trump's bidding is not really his own. It's the bidding of the people around him. So Jeff Sessions' agenda, Paul Ryan's agenda, all these people's agendas
Fuck
is moving
all
forward.
of them.
Look, just, hold on, give it time. Give it time. We'll get there. We'll get there, okay? I promise. But I'm, in a society where we like are protesting now. Like I'm glad that these students decided to protest against something that they don't believe in. Like,
and they didn't riot or no shit. They just turned their back on her and booed her ass.
So I got a friend that, shed some light on how we are in the black community versus the white community.
Okay.
He started working at a job, Yellow Pages, I think.
Okay.
And it was a job where it was a bunch of black people and some white people.
Mm-hmm.
And they were in training, and the main white dude over everybody was like, telling them how it goes and how the rules are and how everything works around there. And the white dude said, I think that's stupid. That don't make sense. Like he was aggressive in saying how problematic he thought the way they did things were.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, the black people in the room were like, ooh, like covering their mouth, like looking for like what's going on. And the main dude said, see, those are the kind of questions we like. This is what we look for in leadership. Right? It don't sound like it makes sense, but some systems are like that. But
it's the way he did it. It's not that he asked questions, but him saying that this is stupid. Because if it had been one of the black people in the room, maybe
that was exaggerated. But the difference I'm trying to portray is how a white person is more inquisitive and willing to challenge authority versus the black people who, when authority is challenged, they, tremble in fear. A part of it goes back to how we
ingrained.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
A part of it goes way back to slavery.
Yeah.
But even in how parents deal with children, it's children ought to be seen, not to be heard. Mm-hmm. They spend their whole 17, 18 years saying stay out of grown folks' business, stay in a child's place. But when you turn 19, all you're dealing with is an adult, and you had 18 years and not know how to do that. Mm-hmm. So it's like, for this to be a black college and for all of them to stand up and say, we disagree with this. Maybe not all of them, but the mass amount of them that stood up and said we don't agree with this. I really like that. Mm-hmm. Because like I said, I work with a lot of kids whose parents just be like, stay in a kid's place for 18 years. And now your child is not prepared to talk to adults. They tremble in fear when they see adults. They don't look adults in the eye.
Yep.
And especially not white adults and not bosses and supervisors, people who they regard as in a position of power over them. And that's how you get kids who go find people in the community and in the hood to get in shenanigans with, because you've conditioned them to identify the power and follow it. You know what I'm saying? So I like seeing stuff like that. Like I like seeing that kind of, respectful. Well, it ain't respectful. It was disrespectful. But that kind of protest.
Well, they didn't riot.
Yeah, the kind of protest that really showcased their disapproval in that.
And
instance.
for him to have an attitude to get, like, what did he think was going to happen? When these students made it very clear to you that they didn't want this shit, when they they had the sign petition and all of this shit, what did you think was going? You thought they were going to sit there quietly and just listen to this bitch talk bullshit, and they know it's bullshit? The graduation is about the students. It ain't about Betsy. It ain't about Edison, old whack ass. It's about the students. So if the speaker that you've chosen is going to be somebody that's going to be offensive to the students on their day, because it is their day, it's their fucking graduation, you should listen to that. But not Edison. Not Edison.
What happened is, when he saw all the shit going on with Betsy, he was like, he called her up and said, "Don't worry, I got this. I'll fix everything. Come to my school. We'll make sure this shit, we'll end racism together. We'll fix the school system together." And if y'all don't know about Betsy DeVos, you can go look up charter schools in Detroit.
This bitch.
Charter, we talked about this before, but charter schools are, like, for me, when I get into politics shit, this just gonna be a whole education lesson about what's going on in politics if you ain't really been keeping up with it. But Betsy DeVos basically believes that charter schools should be what happens. And the way charter schools work is, the way what happens now is the federal government gives all of these states money and say, hey, run your public school system. And if you run it well, we give you more money. You run it bad, we give you less money. Well, charter schools is a system that says, hey, private businesses can come in and make their own charter schools, but they use federal money for it. And what that means is the federal money is diverted from the public school system into this other school system that's run by a business that has less standards, that are supposed to be choice for people, but sometimes it's choice at the cost of quality. Most times, and in Detroit with her systems, it's been at the cost of quality. You get to choose where you want to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like choosing which toilet you want to go to. Nobody give a fuck about a toilet. I just need some shit to go somewhere, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, choice don't matter if it ain't quality.
Yeah.
That's the difference between having to go outside on the fucking grass and you ain't got no toilet paper, and going, in a brand new store in a brand new restaurant with the first toilet, I guess, versus going to, like, using a bidet, which I've never used.
I haven't either.
I would like to.
It just seems like a weird concept.
I want to see what it's about. What you mean?
You spray your ass with water.
Exactly. You spray your ass with water from a shower.
That is a shower. That's different. That's not when I'm just running in to use the bathroom and running back out with a wet ass. No.
I mean, you don't leave with it. Like, you don't pull your pants up after the wet ass that happened. Like, if you do, that's stupid. Why would you do that?
I know. I don't know. It's a weird concept to me.
I want to use one. I was reading a thread the other day about, like, septic tanks, and because if you use, like, the wipes, which I use, if you put them in the toilet, it'll fuck up a septic tank. But a couple of people were like, every time I go to a new place, I go get a bidet right away. I was like, I wouldn't do that, but I want to use one. I mean, I would do that if I used one and it seemed to be fantastic.
I don't know. Oh. So, Bow Wow is in the news again for being a fuckboy.
Is fuckboy a bit harsh?
No.
Good. That was a test. I was testing your ass. You passed. Keep going.
It's not. So apparently he posted a picture, and the caption for the picture made it seem like he was flying private to go shoot some scenes growing up hip hop, and apparently this photo was old, and somebody called him out and said he was actually on a commercial flight when he said that. So the picture, he put up an old picture, like making people believe that he was flying private presently when he was actually on a commercial flight. So from this came the Bow Wow challenge.
Look, it wasn't even an old picture. It was a picture off of a website that had a private jet on it, because I saw them. I saw them verify that was a picture from their website. Like, everybody got in on this roast.
Wow. Okay. Well, so the Bow Wow challenge basically was where people put they made a picture that, like, let's say it's a picture of them like on the beach and you see their knees and they see the beach, you see the beach and they like vacation, so happy to be on vacation. Then the picture beside it showed that the beach scene was actually the screensaver for their computer, and the things you thought were their legs were two fingers that they made look like knees.
Damn. I seen one where they was like washing my Ferrari. They had zoomed in, and it was like a little model car. It looked real as hell, though. Like when they
zoomed it in.
Yeah, when they zoomed out, they was at the kitchen sink.
Like, there was just a ton of like pictures of people pretending to do these amazing things and then showing you the bullshit that they were actually doing. Bow Wow just need to shut the fuck up. Like, the only time he get in the news now is because Black Twitter roasted him about something. Like, I can't even remember the last time where he wasn't being roasted for something that he was being talked about. I don't think there has been any recent that wasn't him doing some fuck shit.
I just need to let y'all know that if y'all have seen Family Guy, Bow Wow is Meg. Okay?
God damn.
That's Bow Wow. What do you expect for me to say? That's him.
Shit, man can't win for losing.
When the last time Bow Wow done won?
That's you right.
He ain't won in a long time. People be like, Bow Wow, shut your ass up. You ain't no damn rapper. Quit calling yourself Bow Wow, Shad. Like,
now every time I see this nigga, I'm gonna think of Meg because of you.
Let him mess around and have on a pink Scully one day.
I gotta Google Bow Wow pink Scully now. I'm sure it's somebody out there.
Uh-oh. I got a computer in front of me.
I bet he done wore a pink Scully at some point.
Wow, pink. Let me just put in pink. This is not what I expected. There's a toy called a Bow Wow.
There's a toy called a Bow Wow.
Yeah. At Toys R Us.
It's a dog?
Dance and move beat Bow Wow. Yeah, it looked real stupid too. That's definitely for kids. Okay, let me put Lil Bow Wow pink. I think that's a key word in this situation. He ain't got no pink Scullies.
Damn. That's unfortunate because that would have been fucking hilarious.
It would have been. But Bow Wow, like many stars that start off as children, like they peak at a certain point.
He peaked
Couple
early.
of exceptions.
He peaked real early.
Miley Cyrus is an exception, even though she,
is
in the media for wrong shit too.
Since you brought that up.
Oh shit.
Since you brought up Miley. Have you seen the music video for her new song?
I haven't.
She's going back to her country roots. When I tell you this, the most lily white ass fucking song. It's called Malibu, and it's basically, her and her fiance broke up and got back together, and now they live in Malibu, and that's what the fucking song is about. She frolicking on beaches. She in the forest dancing around. Like, it's literally just her in a bunch of different locations being white. She went from black women twerking to being white as fuck on the beach. But you know what? She gonna make a ton of money. It was like number 1 on the iTunes charts when it came out.
I was telling somebody, yeah, Miley Cyrus is either a genius or lucky as fuck.
I'm gonna bet on lucky as fuck.
I don't know, man. It's getting to the point where this shit is getting to consistent territory.
I don't know, but she got the number 1
Maybe
song
genius
on
is a
iTunes
stretch,
right
but
now.
maybe she's just a good marketer. Maybe she knows what she's doing.
All the white people who were probably disgusted by the twerking and all of that are going to be back in love with her from this. It's the whitest video ever. It's white as fuck. I mean, like, I don't know how you can get any whiter than this video.
They didn't stop being her fans.
Some of them did, I think.
they did.
You don't think so?
They just pretend like that shit didn't happen, like slavery. They just pretend like that shit didn't happen, like the civil rights movement.
They got her back from the blacks.
Exactly. Like they be like, oh, she's back. None of that shit happened. You know. Not all white people, okay?
You have the.
But you know your uncles.
And it's a very country. She got that Tennessee twang back in her voice, and it's a country ass, white ass song and video.
Okay.
So, fuck her, appropriating ass.
Listen, Shad. It's only a few ways out of this. All right.
Fucking Romeo making fun of this nigga. Romeo making fun of you, Bow Wow.
Romeo is cool.
Is Romeo cool?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
He's cool.
He just as irrelevant these days as Bow Wow.
Hey, irrelevant don't mean cool, not cool now. He definitely ain't relevant as a rapper.
No. What is he doing these days?
Don't matter. He ain't getting shit on like Bow Wow.
He's not, because he ain't out here saying dumbass shit like Bow Wow talking about he ain't black. The fuck down, Bow Wow.
Bow Wow is a problem, y'all.
He is.
He need to go somewhere and sit down.
And sit the fuck down. He need to have all the seats in all the stadiums in all the world.
Chill out, Shad. Wonder what his middle name is.
Does he have a middle name? I thought it was just Shad Moss.
It's not a lot of people that don't have a middle name. Why would you say does he have a middle name?
Because I don't feel like he has a middle name. He might, but I thought it was just Shad Moss.
I'm pretty sure he got a middle name. But I don't care enough what it is to put Bow Wow in my Google no more. I can't have too many motherfucking Bow Wow strings in my Google search history. I'm going to look back in 2 years and be like, what the fuck was I on? Oh, yeah, we were doing a podcast and Red made me do that shit.
Made you do it. I did not tell you to look up anything.
Well,
I said I was going to look up him with the Scully.
I can write my history how I want it to be written. Just want to let you know. And I tell my kids, when my kids in 20 years look up my damn 2017 Google history, they're going to say, Daddy, who is Bow Wow? First off, don't say that shit in my house. Okay? Second off, my old podcast partner, Red. I don't think the podcast partner be 20 years. We won't be doing no podcast for no damn 20 years.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ain't nobody gonna give a fuck. We got somebody.
I don't even know why I'm acting like my kids in this instance is so young. Because ain't no way in shit in 20 years I'm going to have kids young enough to be doing that shit.
No, they're going to be grown. Or almost grown. 20 years from now, they go 15, 16. How long you going to wait to have kids?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to have kids.
Well, in this instance, they exist. So
my
at some
soldiers
point,
might not even march. I don't know. Ain't no way to tell.
In this existence, you have kids, right?
Right.
Okay, so at some point, you had to have had them.
Mm-hmm.
Sometime. So you got kids. We've established that already. It's the age that we got.
Yeah, in 20 years, I'm not going to have no young kids like that.
No.
So, anyway.
Fuck Bow Wow.
I still don't need that shit in my search history. No more Bow Wow. I ain't searching no more his shit.
Y'all got to look up the Bow Wow challenge, though, if you need a good laugh. The shit is hilarious. People are so fucking creative, and they jump on stuff so fast. Like, I'm amazed at the creativity of Black Twitter. I really am. It's amazing.
They are fantastic.
They are fantastic. Or horrible if you Bow Wow.
So, TLC. Red started off with a little TLC song because she couldn't think of none from Shad Moss.
Because who the fuck can?
Nobody. And Chili.
Fuck her.
Out here talking about some all lives matter. Right? Back on this shit. Like, I feel like do all lives matter or black lives matter is a trap question anytime a black person is in an interview and they ask that
Is
shit.
it a trap question?
Yes, it's a trap question.
It wouldn't be a trap question for me because you know what I would be like? Black lives do fucking matter. They need to stop shooting us.
It's not a trap question for the person that answered it. It's a trap question from the person that asked it. Why is a white person asking that question anyway? They just trying to get you to say some dumbass shit so you get roasted by the black community, which is just what happened to Chili, and now you fucked up. They don't really give a shit what you think. You might as well say whatever.
Don't. Yeah, that's true. But don't say all lives matter. Don't say that. Because it ain't going to turn out well.
Do all lives matter or black lives matter? I'm going to be like, what is matter? Let's talk about matter. Everything is matter. Without matter, there is nothing. I'm gonna say that shit like a spoken word. Snap my finger. Matter.
They're gonna be like, moving on.
Exactly. Like, don't give them what they looking for, but
Hilarious.
especially don't be talking about no all lives matter.
No, don't do that.
And she was all, of course Black Lives Matter, and the killing of young black boys is heartbreaking to all of us. Everyone knows. Oh, this is her real.
No, that was
this
the
her
response
Hold
when
on,
people
hold on,
got
hold
in
on.
that ass.
She said, what can I find the shit? Oh, I personally didn't go to any marches or anything like that, but for me, all lives matters. You know what I mean? Because there's time when different groups are targeted for different things. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that the whole what happened, police brutality against these young black boys, all kind of stuff is wrong. Even if it was a Caucasian teen that this was happening to or whatever. Chili, let me tell you something.
It would never
that
be.
shit don't happen to white males.
It don't.
Not right now. And not in mass.
Nope.
If that shit started happening to white teens exclusively next week, I'll be out here saying white lives matter. I promise you. If this shit, because this shit is about justice for who needs justice. Not justice hypothetically for everybody to share when the shit ain't happening to everybody at the same given time. That is a problem. But Chili, like every motherfucking body else in this world, when they say something in the motherfucking black Twitter and the regular Twitters and the brown people Twitters and all the Twitters come after them, she come back to, oh, of course Black Lives Matter. And the killing of young boys is heartbreaking to all of us. Everyone knows now. Hold on, I'm going to tell you when I change. Everyone knows that I'm a black mother of a black son. There's no way I can watch what's happening to be affected. This is when the PR people came in. This video is from an interview online asking me about issues happening in the U.S. My response was inclusive of everyone, but not meant to undervalue the Black Lives Matter movement or suggest police brutality against blacks is acceptable. Like, that shit came directly from a motherfucking either a Google search about what's the best way to respond to somebody asking about Black Lives Matter, or a publicist that said the only way you can get out of this shit is to say this. Because she wasn't even talking like she had a coherent way of thinking until that sentence.
Why the fuck was Sheila being interviewed?
Because Chili them did a fucking what is it, money crowdfunding type situation to get an album. Ain't no goddamn album came out.
That's why I'm asking, why is she being interviewed? It ain't no album. She ain't doing shit. Why is she being interviewed
I'm
for?
just saying, it's supposed to be one. People paid for this shit, and they ain't doing nothing but fucking paying for their new vehicles and shit. I really hope they didn't scam people out of their money.
What the album at? The proof is in the non-existence of this fucking album.
That's what I'm saying.
Fuck Chili anyway.
Don't nobody want no TLC album. It's just a TC album.
Yep.
Like, Left Eye was what made TLC.
Yep.
You know, and they just, Chili just weird.
Yep.
She done put herself off on TV too much.
Yep.
She should have stayed out of the limelight.
Yep. With a crazy
the hell
ass.
going on
Did
with
you see
T-Boz?
that motherfucking when she was on that dating show?
I saw her being bougie all the time.
She had this list of characteristics that the nigga she gonna date got to have. And it was the most ridiculous. There is no man on earth that are gonna have all of the characteristics that this bitch says she had to have in one man. Not gonna have. That's why she's still out here by herself, because her expectations and her requirements, ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. She's crazy. He can't eat pork. It was all kind of stuff. All kind
Ain't
of stuff.
Confessions the album he wrote when he was in a relationship, after the relationship with Chili ended?
I think so.
Because Chili was the one that was like the one that got fucked over.
Yeah, because the album before that, she was in his videos.
And Confessions was like, I fucked up.
Yep.
I saw a tweet that was like, we forgive you, Usher. Chili, because she fucking up.
Hell no, that's hilarious.
The next situation we got is Steve Harvey.
This nigga.
Now, I ain't no Steve Harvey fan.
Nope.
You know, one, his
With his big
mustache
ass
too damn
head.
thick.
His head.
You know, one, that's one.
I feel bad for him going bald, because he ain't got the head to pull it off. Like, some people got the head to pull it off and it's fine. Steve Harvey looked like a fucking, I don't know. It's just terrible. His head is misshapen.
First, his mustache looked like a big ass caterpillar.
He like an old
Right.
porn star.
I don't want to say he looked like no old porn star.
Didn't they have them thick mustaches like that?
Not that thick.
Oh.
he got head of the usher board mustache.
Men are not ushers.
Man of the head of the deacon
Head
board
of the
mustache.
deacon board.
That's what he got. But 2, he misled everybody for so long thinking that he had a fantastic ass edge up when he ain't had nothing but a hairpiece on the whole time.
Hair hat. He had on a hair hat.
That's rude as fuck. Misleading. You know what I'm saying? Number 3, I can't even say that I didn't like Steve Harvey in those shows. He had a show called Me and the Boys where it was just him and his 3 boys that they was, dad shit. And then the Steve Harvey show, of course, was fantastic. It was
amazing. Piggy.
But when he started turning into this relationship aficionado,
who the fuck
self-proclaimed,
gave him the title? Like, who looked at Steve? It's the same way I feel about Ayanna, but that's for another day.
I try to give him some credit because I've listened to his radio show and he's giving some good input and good advice.
The
that
Strawberry
I would
Letter used to
give.
be funny.
But the problem with Steve Harvey is that you don't know which one you're getting on the radio show. You don't know if you're getting, serious, insightful. I'm going to give you some good ass input, Steve Harvey. Or if you're getting silly ass, I'm finna roast your ass, Steve Harvey. And it seemed like on the show, he either one or the other for the day. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what that be based off of.
Have you watched his talk show?
No, I don't really like Steve Harvey like that.
I ain't watched it either. I've been seeing clips from different stuff he done had on the show, but I ain't never watched it.
Well, let's just say I'm impartial to Steve Harvey. Like, it's hard to say I don't like him. I've liked some things he's done, and if he do some shit in the future then that look appealing, then I might. But I just don't like, as a therapist, as somebody that's in the profession, as somebody that's worked with couples and families under the pretense of a degree in counseling, it's really hard for him to be regarded by so many people as some kind of relationship expert when the only thing he's an expert is about the relationships that he's had.
Ain't he on like wife number 3, 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
But what he did was he left a whole letter for his staff about his dressing room, in which he was saying stuff like, no stopping by, popping in, don't come to my dressing room unless invited, don't open my door. If you open my door, expect to be removed. I've been taken advantage of by my lenient policy in the past. This ends now, no more. And I don't know.
Taken advantage of how?
He make it seem like, since he started that show, like all of the people that work there been bringing their friends there and just been walking into his room, and he just been allowing all of this stuff to happen, and he ain't had no privacy in his days.
Who want to meet Steve Harvey?
There's a lot of people that want to meet Steve Harvey. He is the woman's hero. He is the middle-aged single woman hero.
Okay, I'm glad you qualified. Now I was gonna say, no, but middle-aged single woman. What? What'd you say?
Middle-aged single woman.
What'd you say? What did you say before that?
You are a middle-aged
I am not a middle-aged single woman.
Yes, you is.
No, I'm not.
What's our life expectancy? We both,
no, we are
I
not.
would be middle-aged.
You might be middle-aged. I am not
What
middle-aged.
is life expectancy? What is the life expectancy for our financial bracket?
It is like 70, 75.
No, that's for motherfuckers with money.
That is not for motherfuckers with money.
Well,
I am not middle-aged, nigga.
Listen. Fucking 4 years away then.
But I ain't there yet. I'm not middle-aged right now in this chair.
You close enough.
I am not close enough.
No,
I am not. No.
I apologize,
Thank
Red,
you.
for involving you in that group of motherfuckers, okay?
Middle-aged.
Middle-aged single women.
I'm not in that group.
He's a hero.
Okay.
And so, a lot of them probably want to meet him.
I guess.
Single mamas, for that little camp that he had, that he hand select some boys to go to. He they hero.
I mean, I don't know. I just can't relate. I don't give a
But
fuck about
Steve Harvey, like every fucking body else in the world, had to fix that shit.
Of course.
And he make it sound like, he couldn't find a way to. He didn't have no personal time or no privacy or no individual space. Just the way he did it came off as really douchebaggy, really aggressive, really condescending, and it seemed to blame people for his lack of time rather than him crafting the boundaries that he needed in his system to make sure that it didn't work like that.
I just don't understand why he would have that issue and nobody else would. Like there's all these late night shows, and I'm sure they got dressing room. Like, why are people bum rushing his room and not Jimmy Fallon or not Stephen Colbert? Or...
Well, it depends on how you craft your system. Like, lax boundaries in any system is going to result in things that you don't want to happen.
Yeah.
You got to create those boundaries. I assume that those other people have maybe times where you can visit them, have appointments where you can set up. If he's talking about people were just all over the place, he is the blame for that. And he shouldn't come off making it seem like it's just the people that's around him being aggressive. He needs to say, look, this is how I need my system to operate. You know, if you let it overwhelm you and let it become too much, then it's your job to rein it in, but you're not going to do it like this. No. Because a letter like this is going to get out in the public. Yep. It's going to tarnish your opinion, and it's going to make people not really want to work for you. Yeah. But since his show is moving to Los Angeles, maybe now he can start crafting an environment that will have that thing.
Where's his show recorded at now?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Right.
I don't care.
Me either.
Be honest.
That's why.
Anyway, so I'm going to wrap the show up with a bunch of political shit. I had said since January I wasn't going to talk about politics until like the beginning of the month, but
we didn't talk about it. We
hadn't talked about that shit at all.
No, we haven't.
I hadn't talked about that shit since I said that, because I've been trying to stay away from that shit on purpose, but it's a lot of shit going on that I think is going to be important to the context of just being informed right now, you know. And it's hard to make shit like this funny and silly and shit like I would like to, but you know, maybe we can find some silly shit in here. So
this whole thing is a joke.
Yeah, the whole thing is a joke, yeah, but not like a good joke.
It ain't a good joke, but it's like a joke.
It's like Slave telling a joke on the cotton field.
Shit.
Like how many mouths does it take to put in a light bulb? You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
How many?
Exactly. None. We do that shit. Like that kind of joke.
Yeah, that's
the kind of joke that's just is really to try to lift your spirit, even though your spirit can't be lifted. You know what I'm saying? So what's happening with Donald Trump is clearly that whole Russia shit been going on, right? Yep. And what we're finding out is, one, Donald Trump can't get shit done.
Nope.
Donald Trump is trying to push healthcare out after it failed to come out at one time.
Yep.
He's in this disillusioned world where he thinks that he's actually doing something.
Yep.
But nothing is actually getting done.
Nope.
And he's leaving this shit up to all of these politicians. So.
And they getting their asses reamed.
The first part we're going to go in is the politicians. I thought about putting a video clip in, but I ain't. But it's Tom MacArthur. When the American Health Care Act died, which is the one that they just put in, the Paul Ryan and Trump, like Trump Care, the one that didn't pass.
Yep.
Tom MacArthur created legislation that brought it back to life. Everybody said it was dead. Trump said it was dead. Paul Ryan said it was dead. Tom MacArthur created legislation that brought it about. Now, this is that legislation that comes out and says that rape is a pre-existing condition.
What the fuck kind of shit is that? How is that a pre-existing condition?
There's a long list of bullshit ass pre-existing conditions.
Pregnancy.
Yeah, all that shit is pre-existing condition. Now, the thing is, it doesn't necessarily mean that it will be used against by the insurance company as a pre-existing condition, but if we use what we know about businesses,
then it will be.
They will use whatever measures they can to stop. If a politician put it on paper that it can be used, they'll find a way to use it. They'll find a way to verbally justify using it.
They're gonna make it so expensive where you cannot afford it.
And so what's happening is the constituents of all of these politicians are roasting their ass.
Look, 2018 is our year. Y'all need to vote in these motherfucking primaries.
The primaries is going to, if the Democrats can win the primaries, it will restore balance. Yep. Now, clearly, a lot of my ideals align with Democrat, but, you know, the value of a democracy falls in valuing that your side ain't always going to win.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we are losing now with this lack of bipartisanship.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you respect democracy, you understand that your side is going to lose sometimes. Your side is going to have to collaborate with the other side sometimes to get shit out. But right now,
doing that shit
everybody just want their own shit. But these folks are getting roasted. So Tom MacArthur, it was this man. He was fucking so passionate about the shit he was saying. And at the end of what he said, it sounded like a movie monologue or some shit. He was like, "You can come for me. I don't give a shit. oh, but you came from my wife. And I will never forget. And I will never forgive. And he said, and when the primaries, or when the 2018 is coming up soon, and if you think we're going to vote for you, like, he just was like, and everybody would clap, like, this is fucking these Republicans up.
Yeah.
They would have been better off sitting their ass down on health care and coming on with the tax reform.
Yep.
But if y'all get an opportunity and y'all are trying to figure out what the long-term effects of problems with health care as it pertains to Republicans, they're going to lose a lot of Senate seats. They're going to lose a lot of seats in the House and a lot of seats in Congress if they can't find something that appeals to the people that the ACA has benefited and is taken away from.
Well, the people don't trust him now because that dude, and mind you, I feel like it's important to say this was a white guy. This is a white guy with a nice middle-class job whose wife had cancer.
And his kids both had pre-existing conditions, one cardiac and one thyroid.
And the wife is scared because, you know, they were able to get rid of her cancer, but, you know, cancer can come back. So she lives in fear that it's going to come back. And if it comes back after the fact, now this is you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so he was pissed off because it's going to fuck his family over. And he's a white middle-class man. And the thing about it, I feel like a lot of Trump supporters and voters did not realize how this was going to impact them. Like, they fucking you over right now with this healthcare shit. If you're not part of the 1%, you're going to get fucked over in this healthcare shit. If you're a woman, you're going to get fucked over in this healthcare shit. Like, you just are. How the fuck? I just want one of them to explain to me how rape is a pre-existing condition, because that really fucked with me. Like, I don't get the...
I really think for the insurance companies, it's about a condition that exists prior to you getting the insurance. And while rape isn't a condition, there is a lot of physical trauma that can come from rape. So what I think that is written for the insurance companies to be able to do is to say, well, you were raped, this, you know, condition that comes from this head injury that you had around that time is something that we can't treat.
How do you say that to a rape victim? Do you know how fucking terrible these politicians are to think that that's okay? Do you have any idea how fucked up that is? To tell a rape victim, sorry, you know, this happened when you got raped, so,
well,
pre-existing condition.
Unfortunately, that's not new. That's misogyny.
Geez.
That's men telling women that, you know, the reason that it happened is because you had on a skirt. The reason that it happened is because you shouldn't have been at this party drinking. The reason that it happened is you should have been walking home alone. There's been a number of reasons why people have considered rape a problem. This ain't the first time.
When they were making these decisions, it was a room. It's a picture going around. It's a room full of white men making decisions that will impact women. What the fuck? How does that make sense? You can't relate to, nobody in that room can relate to any of the shit that they were making policies on.
And it's people I've had conversation with that act like they don't think that's a problem.
But
I can tell you right now, I don't want a whole room full of women making dick decisions for me.
Because, you know, y'all already mad at me because I'm getting Kingston's balls chopped off, so.
I hope you don't.
I'm getting his balls chopped off.
You're not going to have Kingston after that. You might as well rename his ass.
He's still going to be Kingston. He's going to be Kingston without the balls. He's Kingston with balls, Kingston without balls.
I mean, he going to look like Kingston, but he is going to be a different motherfucker.
Those are the kind of decisions women would make without me.
Exactly. Like,
chop his balls off. It'll be fine. Cut the cancer out.
But that's misogyny. So we still got... So if you don't know what's going on, the FBI director, James Comey, was just fired. And
which is unprecedented.
Unprecedented. By unprecedented president. And the problem is, it's a 10-year term for an FBI director. Mm-hmm. They serve 10-year terms. He was 3 years into his 10-year term. The FBI is supposed to be separate from the president. Mm-hmm. They don't have no allegiance to the president. They have allegiance to the Constitution and following whatever problems we have. Donald Trump came out in an interview and said that he asked Comey for his loyalty. Mm-hmm. And apparently this is a Trump business tactic where he asked them for loyalty and asked them to pledge loyalty to him and then write some kind of non-disclosure contract. And Comey wouldn't give him that loyalty.
Because his loyalty is not to him, it's to the Constitution.
And the biggest problem, which he admitted to the country, that he asked Comey if he was under investigation. And a president can't do that. Nope. Especially because the FBI not supposed to tell anybody about the investigation they have. That's why they're their own agency.
I don't believe Comey told him that he said in his resignation letter that I understand that you told me on 3 separate occasions. I don't believe that. Yeah,
so let me tell y'all about bullshit and how to get fucked up 101. Okay? If a parent comes into the house after, a day of work and the kid's been babysat, and the kid walk right up to the parent and say, I didn't go in the cookie jar today, mama. I didn't at all. Whether that's true or not, mama going to the fucking cookie jar.
Because I believe your ass that ate all the cookies.
Or maybe not. But you just put that shit out there. Yep. Like, maybe that shit happened with Comey. Maybe it didn't. But the fact that Donald Trump said, whether the truth or a lie, is going to make motherfuckers say, we need to investigate.
Who puts that in a resignation letter? I appreciate you warning me on 3 separate occasions that I was not under investigation. But see, that was his way of saying, look, America, it wasn't because of the Russia investigation, because I wasn't under investigation, because he knows that's what everybody thinks. James Comey was the head. He was over the investigation into Trump's campaign's ties with Russia. And he knew everybody was going to be like, you fired that man because he was getting close to some shit with this Russia thing. So to get ahead of that, he put in the resignation letter, appreciate you telling me that I wasn't under investigation. And so since I wasn't under investigation, obviously I didn't fire him because of the Russia shit.
And so now what happened from that is it's created a conflict of interest, because what happened was Comey mishandled the Hillary Clinton shit.
He did.
Everybody in the FBI will attest to that.
Yep.
Rosenberg or Rosenthal, whatever that dude's name.
Yeah.
He will attest to that.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's the problem, he should have been let go when it happened.
That was weeks ago, motherfucker.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But at the time when he was doing that,
Trump was
praising him for that shit.
I'm glad he had the gall to do what needed to be done.
He gave America the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so if that was a big problem with Comey, he should have been taken care of then. Yep. So that tells everybody this shit ain't about the Hillary emails like the Republicans are saying it's been about.
Yep. Okay, who believes that Donald Trump is gonna fire somebody because they were mean to Hillary Clinton? All that nigga did during the whole fucking campaign was be mean to Hillary Clinton. So now you gonna tell me that you finna fire the director of the FBI because he was unfair to her? The fuck out of here. Nobody believes that. Trump.
So now,
stupid ass.
Because of this unprecedented move, which the last time this was done was in Nixon's, like Watergate or some shit, like one of them old ass.
He fired the special prosecutor in charge of investigating that Watergate shit.
And so now they're calling for a special prosecutor, which Rosenthal don't feel the need to have.
And did it as Jeff Sessions with his bitch ass.
Well, wait a minute, we'll get to Jeff Sessions. But the acting FBI director don't feel that need either, because they can't tell us legit that the FBI is in fucking shambles because the director is gone. Mm-hmm. It would be stupid as fuck to say that.
Yeah.
So everything that everybody has said is, no, we are fully in place to continue this investigation. This has not caused a rift or a problem in the investigation. Now, whether that's a true or not, I don't know. So this is where we get to the next problem. Jeff motherfucking big ass Keebler F looking ass self. Old man baby looking ass bitch.
Ever since you said that this nigga look like a baby, he does. He looks like Benjamin Button.
Like fucking
he's
Gerber baby out here. Fucking on the Johnson & Johnson bottle.
And I hate his accent. I hate his deep Southern ass slave.
He got the accent that all the white people in life had.
Yup, he does.
Yeah, like
that's
they
totally
made sure
accurate.
they talk that kind of country.
Yes.
He recused himself from anything Russia related, right?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to, but he recused himself from anything Russia related because he had that meeting with the cat that came into the fucking White House recently and took pictures.
Yeah, whip Trump smiling like a motherfucking dumbass.
So he recused himself from anything Russia.
Mm-hmm.
He signed off on the letter that Trump had to fire Comey, which puts him back in the middle of Russia shit. So he recused himself from making any decisions or any impacts revolving Russia, but he signed a paper that fired the man that was in charge of the Russian investigation.
But on point, it wasn't about Russia. It was about the emails and Hillary Clinton.
It's only so long you can go with that, because now the thing is, you can't, if you my friend,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, and you show me something,
Mm-hmm.
and you put it behind your back,
Mm-hmm.
and I say, what's that behind your back? And you say, oh, it ain't nothing. You know what? I don't even give a fuck what it is no more. You think I'm stupid now. You think I'm a fucking idiot now. You think you can just have some shit behind your back and I don't know what the fuck going on? This is what this administration is. I don't even give a fuck what they doing now. They think we're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
They think that they can fire people. They think they can not turn in documentation. They think they can just get on TV and say, I ain't do that shit. They shaggying out here. It wasn't me. And they think that I'm supposed to just listen to that shit, believe that shit, and understand. No. See, these motherfuckers now are insulting my intelligence.
Yeah.
And I would hope that they are also insulting the IQ inclined Americans' intelligence.
Yeah.
Because some motherfuckers don't have intelligence to incline.
Trump supporters, I would say, fall into that category.
I won't say all of the Trump supporters fall
How can
in
you
that
be a
category.
Trump supporter and have a high IQ? You can't. I'm sorry.
Because
How?
Because there's a lot of white people that can compartmentalize Trump support. There's a lot of people that can think that Trump doing stupid shit, but if it helped their tax bracket, they will support him for what it will do for that.
That's just the 1%. I'm talking about the poor ass
That ain't
Trump
even the
supporters.
1%. I mean, that ain't even got to be the 1%.
It ain't gonna if you're in lower middle class tax bracket, ain't nothing he gonna do help you out.
Like small business owners, it will help. Like medium business owners, it will help. Like it's a lot of people that it will
Now
help.
that
That
this
don't have to be in
healthcare
the
plan
1%.
passed, everything you save gonna go into your healthcare. Nobody with a high IQ, I feel like, could like.
I mean, the healthcare, the part of the healthcare, I think, if I'm wrong, somebody correct me, is that businesses ain't gonna have to provide insurance for they people like the Affordable Care Act has made businesses.
No,
do.
but I'm saying even if you're a business owner, you got to have fucking healthcare. You have to have healthcare for you and your
If
family.
they a business owner that could afford to stay open and pay all of their employees' business, they'll be able to pay their self-insurance. If they were able to pay all of their employees' insurance, they'll be able to pay their own.
But
I don't think
at
that's a
what
big
cost?
issue. Well,
The way this, and if they spouse got some pre-existing conditions and all of this shit.
they'll be able to afford it.
Okay.
I'm just, because
We gonna
private
see
insurance
if-
exists. People
Yeah.
can afford private insurance, just the middle class.
Now.
Middle class people can't afford any insurance. Business owners that employ middle class people, they can afford it. So all I'm saying is that group of people that ain't in the 1% can still compartmentalize and benefit from shit that's Trump and erase all the other shit. First off, if you're white,
that doesn't make you highly intelligent though.
it don't make you intelligent, but they ain't the kind of stupid that we talking about for them followers that be out there at them rallies with the Confederate flags.
Oh my God.
Like, they might not be extremely intelligent, but that don't mean they ain't, and they definitely not stupid as these people down here that we see, you know, punching black folks at rallies and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? When they used to do that. But I'm just saying that to say that there are a lot of people that can compartmentalize the shit that Trump want to do. First off, if you white, a wall don't bother you no way or another. Another thing Jeff Sessions trying to do is he's trying to enforce stricter laws as it pertains to drug offenses and low-level crime. This goes back to mass incarceration. This goes back to a documented issue that Bill Clinton recognizes happened on his watch, that Jeff Sessions is trying to continue to reinforce.
Fuck him. Keep layoff ass. Hate Jeff Sessions. Oh.
And, you know, we running out of time, but that spirals over into Sean Spicer shit, where he's just trying to fucking find the ways to support this lying ass dude, this dude who go back on his word, this dude who once the press secretary says this is how it is, he go back and say, no, this is how it is, and now they got to come back, and they losing all of their fucking credibility to the point that, like, they got them Sean Spicer ornaments now. They got his head in the bushes because of this last little situation. He hiding in the bushes. And he said he wasn't hiding, but it don't matter. It looked like your ass was hiding. And then you got Melissa McCarthy riding around New York on that podium dressed as Sean Spicer that she play on Saturday Night Live. Like, that shit is fucking hilarious.
It is.
Number one. But the fact that like so much material is coming from these people for comedians is just ridiculous.
Spicer look like he got jaundice to me. Like he looking a little yellow. He probably drinking his ass home.
Probably do.
You gotta drink to have that fucking job. What else can you do? You got to drink.
I just feel like all of this shit is.
I feel like we live in a Saturday Night Live skit. That's what this feels like. This don't feel like it should be real life. Like, it's a Saturday Night Live skit. It's a horrible, horrible Saturday Night Live skit. Pretty much. The fuck?
I mean, I don't think it's a Saturday Night Live skit. I think that's too good for this situation. I think it's like Saw.
Damn.
I think it's like, you know, if you want good affordable health care, put your dick in this grinder. You know what kind of decisions Saw make you make.
I know, but
like if you want affordable health care for your family, put your dick in this pencil sharpener.
You all gotta give so many men nightmares from watching this.
That shit was on Family
show.
Guy. It was an episode where Peter put his dick in a pencil sharpener.
Why?
Because
he Peter. Never mind.
He kept putting pencils in the pencil sharpener, and then he started looking at the pencil sharpener, and then he pulled his pants, unzipped his pants, and then he just flashed over to his secretary, and he was screaming. I'm just saying, man. I'm just tired of having to keep up with this shit, man. It's like trying to see what the fuck the next movie is coming out. Except it's like not the kind of movie you want to see.
No.
You know, it's like every day it's a new development that make me feel stupid as fuck to be an American. Oh, for the last minute, a big ass hack just came out last night.
For what?
It's ransomware. It's ransomware. Ransomware. I don't know if you've dealt with a lot of viruses, but I done fixed a lot of computers with these kind of viruses on them. Basically, it lock up your computer. It encrypt all your files. You can't access shit. It cut off the internet. It pop up and say, hey, if you want to have your internet back and your computer back, send us money right here. Yeah, this shit happened. Like,
that is so
it's
fucked
pretty
up.
Easy and pretty quick fixes on some of them things. But this shit just happened widespread across the UK.
God damn.
Like across private, personal, encrypted systems. And they used some NSA technology to do it. So I'm thinking, damn, what if this is some Americans doing that shit? Because of the Russia involved shit? Like, what if Americans is fucking... Because this fucked up Russia more than anybody.
Wow.
I want to say it's an organization, about 1,000 of their computers got locked up for this. Damn. And not only that, but the Bitcoin, because they requested Bitcoin, the Bitcoin accounts that it's connected to have been increasing in money. So people have been paying them for this shit. And I'm sure this shit gonna develop over some days, but man, like, I just had this whole section of my part of the podcast to say, it's a lot of shit going on. Arm yourself with information, arm yourself with knowledge, know what's going on, and know that when 2018 roll around, these politicians got the GTFO.
Yep.
H.
Fuck out of here. Oh yeah. No dick pics.
Don't send meat pics.
Don't send dick pics unless they're requested. If you're requested and you want to send a dick pic, cool. Do not just wake up one morning and be like, I'm gonna send her my dick today. Don't do that.
It's like when they going through Tinder. I'm gonna send her my dick. I'm gonna send her my dick. I ain't sending her my dick. I'm sending her my dick. I ain't sending her my dick. I ain't sending her my dick. Damn, I ain't sending none of these my dick. Oh, they're gonna not send her my dick. Like, that's what it seems like. It's like you're getting a dick sent to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess that's how these dudes do. Because imagine if you ain't the only person he went to lunch with over the week. If he went on 5 lunches and they were all fantastic, he sent 5 dick pics to people. I just really don't think that he isolated and exclusively sent you a dick pic out of all of them.
Probably not.
Unless he looked at you and said, she might be the funniest out of all of these girls. Dick pic.
Would I be?
He wouldn't know.
Oh yeah, probably. I don't know. Don't send dick pics if they're not requested, people.
Yeah, don't do it.
It's terrible.
Anyway. You got anything else on your mind?
Remy's huge.
Of course.
And he's humping Kingston. Well, not really. He's like on him, but he's humping the air because Kingston's too small for him to hump.
Is he supposed to hump? He ain't got no male stuff.
They still hump. They don't hump as much.
Oh.
So I've been beating him when I catch him.
But he don't get no pleasure from humping.
No, I think it's just the same. Look, when a man get a vasectomy, it's the same thing. You still can have sex and have pleasure. You just ain't gonna make no babies. He just can't make babies.
His balls gone though.
That's
When we get a vasectomy, our balls still be intact.
But you don't need them. You could get them cut off. In theory.
But you can undo a vasectomy.
Yeah.
You can't undo what you do to dogs.
But that doesn't have anything to do with his pleasure receptors. He still get pleasure from doing it, which is why he's humping Kingston.
Okay.
So now I have to watch these niggas and not let them be by themselves.
You don't want to let them have a gay relationship?
No.
If they want to?
No. Mm-mm. Cause see, you think it's funny until you come over to my house and he humping your legs. Cause you know that they don't distinguish between shit when you will let them hump. That's why I stopped Kingston from humping shit. Cause I'm not gonna have people.
Remy don't even get to that point with me. Y'all put him on his back. You know that.
Because he bad as fuck and be jumping all over you, so you put him on his back.
He probably way too fast for me now.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Like he gonna catch and bite my hands.
I had to buy this nigga a new collar today. His collar is like tight as fuck, and it's on the last loop. I had to get a bigger one. He getting too big ass.
Well.
See, I have to deal with this. I don't need no dick pics in my inbox. I'm trying to keep him from humping his brother. I got enough shit going on in my life with dicks. I don't need no dick pics.
Whatever. You gonna find a man that you will accept a dick pic from.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you will.
No, I'm not. Mm-mm.
If the dude you get in a relationship start sending you dick pics.
Later.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, even then, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck is you sending me your dick for? I didn't seen it. What are you doing? Why are you sending me your dick?
I wanted you to see it in the daytime.
What? See, that just sound crazy. Now we gotta have a conversation about why you sound creepy as fuck, nigga. What are you talking about?
Well, that wouldn't be the first time he sound creepy. Like, either he's hiding that shit and he popping it out.
Literally popping it out. Mm-mm.
I'm just saying, there will come a point when you will look at it and be like, this guy, and delete it and then just deal with it.
Yeah, if I'm dating somebody and they do that, yes. But we're talking about in the beginning, before we're not dating.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying there will come a period of time in which a dick pic don't cause you the problems then that it caused you today, because you already know that dude ain't aggressive.
I mean, I guess.
You'll have another reason. You'll have to come up with another reason why he might be sending you a dick pic.
Cause he crazy. Cause I feel like he gonna know that I'm the kind of person that don't really need dick pics from him. So he either gonna be doing it to be funny.
Why are you laughing so hard when you say that?
I just think he would do it to be funny. I don't think he would do it to like. I don't know. I don't know why anybody would send me a dick pic. I don't know.
Why you? Why you say it like that?
Cause I just feel like I'm not a dick pic.
They don't know that though. I'm not a
That's
dick
the
pic
point.
connoisseur.
Okay, so get to know me, find out if I am, then send the dick pic. Don't just send the dick pic.
Man, if a man send a dick pic to 6 women, 3 like and the 3 don't, men's gonna take that chance. You just out. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you need to have conversation with some women. Women, y'all get on Twitter.
We have conversation. Like,
how many of y'all are okay with dick pics though?
There's a whole Instagram account called By Felipe instead of Felicia, and it's women who send in pictures that they've gotten of unwarranted dick pics. They'll block out the dick, but the conversation leading up to it, and like these aggressive ass men, like they just post screen caps of conversations. So it ain't just me. It's a lot of women.
And I'm not saying that, but that's just like, that's a biased view of it. That's like going to Fox News and being like, you know, do you hate President Obama?
How is it biased? I feel
because
like
you already know that's the page you go to talk shit about dicks.
Oh. Well,
so everybody who already got dicks to talk shit about gonna go to it. The people who are okay with it ain't gonna go to it.
I've had conversations with the people around me about getting unwarranted dick pics. Like, I have yet to come up to talk to somebody about this that was like, girl, I like getting dicks in the...
Well, I feel like there's a range of women. I feel like there's women like you that's gonna get a dick pic and block the shit out of somebody. Yes. I feel like there's a large group of people that's gonna be like, boys being boys, and just delete it and say, don't do that no more.
That's a dangerous ideology, boys.
It is, but that's the one that we have. And then they're just gonna delete it and say, hey, don't send me that no more. We can continue this conversation. It's gonna be something to be like, ooh, You look at that. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like I like to know the range of what that is.
So
and
hit us up on Twitter. I mean, this is gonna be an interesting ass conversation to have. Hit us up on Twitter about dick pics, ladies.
Or if it's not a thing, if it's just men being fucking irrational and crazy, I want on that too, because I want to gauge, are men really getting a 50-50 split on it being acceptable to have and not? Or is men just irrational and just want, because my theory says that men just want women to see their dicks. They really don't care how many women accept it. So, I mean, that'll just help me put some of my shit into perspective.
So hit us up on Twitter.
Do it. But until we come to the next conversation,
We out.
holla.